We're live. We're live. Hey, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. As promised, I'm going to do some Celtic type tunes for you. Some people don't know this about me. I don't know. Maybe they haven't known me long enough, but back in the 1980s, I was a member of a really great regional Celtic band called General Guinness. I was with them for 5 years through one album, their first album that they put out, and then left that band in 91 or 92. And at that time, I was playing what I called AmeriCeltic, a cross of Americana and Celtic music. And then in a couple years after that, I formed a band called the Celtic All-Stars. And that was because I had no choice. A band that I had booked to play for the Ancient Order Hibernians St. Patrick's Day party in Columbus, Ohio, suddenly backed out, and we had no band. So I just got some of the best musicians that I could ever imagine playing with join me. David Day on uilleann pipes, Peg Buchanan on fiddle, Neil Havener on keyboards, and occasionally Morton O'Kelly from a band called Inisheer joined us on flute. And did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. And so we played that weekend, and it was a killer weekend. People loved it. So we put out an album called Live Core, which is still available if you look it up online. But anyway, I want to start out with the song that I wrote. There are 7 Celtic nations. They are not Anglican. And I was thinking of that they're not Anglo-Saxon. And I was thinking about that when I wrote this song, and I didn't want to put 7 verses into the song, so I picked 4 of the nations and I put them in here. It's called Celtic to the Core, and it's one of my grandkids' favorite songs. Boarded a ship that fateful day, find a new life in America. Turn back to see village lights as we left Galway that night. As we reached full sail speed, my mother's words came back to me. Wherever you travel, when you reach the American shore, remember, my son, always, you're Celtic to the core. Flying out of Heathrow, took the Euro from Paris, France. Through the clouds I dreamed of Brittany. My heart began to dance when we reached cruising altitude. My father's words came through to me. Wherever you travel, any foreign shore, remember, my child, always, you're Celtic to the core. I proudly wear the tartan of the clan from whence I came. Mackenzie, Buchanan, and there's others. Our proud heritage, our names. The words of Robbie Burns and Prince Charlie still burn within my soul. Wherever I'm traveling, any foreign shore, me, I always remember, I'm Celtic to the core. I'm leaving London, no, gonna travel the whole world wide. Like Alice, I'll find a wonderland, see what's on the other side. Wales is the land of my birth, it's true. I keep that in my heart. Wherever I'm traveling, any foreign shore, me, I always remember Celtic to the core. Four nations proud and Celtic, some lost life and liberty. They call us Anglo-Saxon, we know that just can't be. The land of our forefathers is not Anglo, no matter what they say. All these nations proud and Celtic, we stand and shout it from our shores. You can't take our spirit and our soul from us. We're Celtic to the core. Celtic to the core. Celtic to the core, yeah. Celtic to the core. I haven't done that in a while. And I see some people are joining us. Thank you for coming in. Happy St. Patrick's Day to y'all. Cousins, friends, neighbors, everybody. That's wonderful. This next song, I wrote it in... I got too much bass in my guitar there. I wrote this song in 1993. It was the 150th anniversary of the Great Hunger in Ireland, in which over a third of the Irish population was lost through starvation or immigration. And I thank God every day for my wonderful Irish heritage and those who sacrificed over the years to get to where we are today, even though it's kind of challenging today, isn't it? About the tail end of what generally was called the famine, my great-grandfather, David Richard O'Reilly, took a little bit of money that he had gotten from an insurance policy from his dad, who was lost at sea, boarded a ship and came into New York Harbor, went into a train station in New York and put what money he had in his pocket on his table and said, on the counter, and said, "How far will this get me?" And the guy said, "Columbus, Ohio." This is a song called O'Reilly for all my grandparents, great-grandparents, aunts and uncles, and wonderful cousins. Love you all. It's a long way from North Cork to the shores of America. We weren't at all for leaving, but there's no way we could stay. Ma, why you crying? Da, why you look so sad? The crop, it's all been dying. The potatoes all gone black. We're on a ship to America. We're on that ship that leaves today. Dave is barely 12, but his dad says, what the hell, Chin was green and his eyes were black. He said, get in the hold, boy, and don't look back. Davy cried, his mother prayed, Mary and the saints might at least save just one of her family to carry on. There was no way to stay as a family, and no way we could keep our homes. The crop was gone, our lives were torn. Now there's a lone man child on his own. Chin was green and his eyes are black. He said, get in the hold, boy, and don't look back. Davy cried, mother prayed, Mary and the saints might at least save just one of her family to carry on. If someone could remember in their green once a year on St. Pat's Day what the families had to go through just to reach these shores of America. Chins were green and eyes were black. They crawled to the ships and they never looked back. Mothers cried and fathers prayed, dear St. Patrick might at least save just one of their family to carry on. And now we're those families. We gotta carry on. It's a long way from North Cork to the shores of America. They weren't at all for leaving, but there's no way they could stay. Happy St. Patrick's Day to y'all, and happy St. Patrick's Day to all my cousins and my Aunt Eileen, who's still here from the older generation. Haven't done that song in a while, and now you get to see me tune. So, my mom passed away in 2010. And I like to tell people I got my warped sense of Irish humor from my mom. And I got my sense of imagination from my mom. When I was a kid, I was the youngest of 4 boys, and the next brother older than I was 5 years older. So I was home by myself with my mom while my brothers went out to school, and Mom would find ways to keep me busy so I would be out from underfoot. And what happened was she would take me over to a window where the sun was shining through, and she'd tell me that the sun coming through the window where you would see little specks of dust, that the specks of dust were leprechauns, and if I could catch a leprechaun, I could have anything I wanted. And I've never been accused of being the smartest cupcake on the family Christmas tree, or is it I don't know, whatever that saying is. But, so I would sit there for hours trying to catch a leprechaun. That one string doesn't want to cooperate. So that's an example of where my imagination came from. My warped sense of humor, an example of that is my brother, my best friend and mentor. My brother, father, Monsignor Steve Hawkins, died in 2001, and we were at his funeral, and at the end of the funeral, out in the parking lot, the bagpipes, at the end of the funeral, the bagpipes started playing Amazing Grace, and the music was wafting through the church, and my mom was holding my hand. She was gripping it so tightly I thought she was going to break my fingers, and I looked down. My mom was about 5'0", She had tears streaming down her face. She leaned over to me and she said, "Someday it's going to be my time to die. And if you have bagpipes at my funeral, I will haunt you for the rest of your life." So I want to do a song that was one of my mom's favorite songs to finish out here. Happy St. Patrick's Day to y'all. And also, don't forget, we've started the, what's it called? Quarantine. Oh, Making the Scene in Quarantine. And I'm just going to, every once in a while, it'll pop up and I'll be playing some songs for you. Yesterday, I played about an hour show because, we're all trapped together anyway, right? We're trapped together apart. And I've been working on a song called Quarantine, and I'm just kind of polishing it up today, and I might actually pop up this afternoon and play it for you. So anyway, this is a song that was written by Robert Bennet, a fantastic Irish singer-songwriter, and it's a happy song about death. I learned it from my friend Pat Kilbride, and this is especially for my mom, who's up there now smiling down on all of us and probably making some wry jokes in the meantime. Oops, sorry. My fingers aren't working too well. Okay. As my father before me, and so now I give pause to reflect on the day that I will die. As they lay me down in the cold underground, remember I am close to the place that I am bound. A few final words will be spoken, I trust. Be as kind as you can and lie if you must. Remember me when I was at my best, instead of all used up with these flowers on my chest. Now some say death is like a thief in the night. It's stealing every treasure that is hidden in plain sight. But I do not flatter my own memory. I'll be missing you as much as you are missing me. I wish that I could be there to lighten the mood, with friends and family, mountains of food, stories and memories and tales all around. But it's late and I must travel to the place that I am bound. Pick a little bit. And I hope that the Spirit of the Lord will not mind if you toast me with spirits of the Irish kind. Raise your glass as the blessing is said, and may you be in heaven half an hour before the devil knows you're dead. As my father before me, and so now I give pause to reflect on the day that I will die. As they lay me down in the cold underground, just toast me as I travel to the place that I am bound. One more. Whoops, my fingers just quit working. That's for Mom. And she's chuckling at Jeffrey David screwing up the end of the song. Okay, you know what? I said that was the last song. I want to do one more for you. This was written by a fine singer-songwriter by the name of Jimmy MacCarthy. And I learned it from Christy Moore. And it's on the latest album, the album that came out in 2017, as long as we get there. And yeah, I know somebody's going to say, how come you're not wearing green and all that? I worked really late last night down here in the studio, and I got to bed at God knows when. And this morning, my wife comes in and she says, it's 11:30, right? So I literally got out of bed. I got out of bed literally at noon today. So my hair is a mess, and I'm not wearing that, but I do have the top hat that was given to me. I think Mark Dempsey gave me that hat. God rest his soul. Mark passed away this year. Owned a number of fantastic bar restaurants. I used to play at a place that he had over in Victorian Village in Columbus called Costello's, and most recently his family still has it, the place downtown Columbus called Dempsey's. So when they open back up, or if they have carryout, call them up. And so this is a song that has a lot more meaning for me now as I've gotten older, because it's a song about a horse who's been put out to pasture, and he's watching his master ride off on a new horse. And as I get more and more phone calls from festivals and stuff where they say, oh yeah, we want you to come and do a workshop and this and this and that, but we're having younger people playing on the stage this year. Thanks, that helps me a lot, makes me feel great. So, but I still love being there and working with the youngins. So anyway, this is called Ride On. It's live. True, you ride the finest horse I've ever seen, standing 16, 1 or 2, eyes wild and green. You ride the horse so well, hands light to the touch. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. When you ride into the night without a trace behind, run your claw along my gut one last time. I turn to face an empty space where you used to lie. Look for the spark that lights the night through a teardrop in my eye. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Sure, you ride the finest horse I've ever seen, standing 16, 1 or 2, eyes wild and green. You ride the horse so well, hands light to the touch. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you. One of those calls coming in right in the middle of that song. I hate that. And it's somebody I'm sure wanting to sell me insurance or something. Anyways, happy St. Patrick's Day to y'all. Please remember to take care of yourselves, take care of each other. quarantine in place, whatever that means, I don't know. Don't touch your face and all that. You guys know that stuff. Everybody knows all that stuff. I'm just repeating what my wife tells me every 10 minutes. But anyway, also remember there are small businesses, especially small bars and restaurants that are they're just open, slightly open for takeout and maybe delivery. Please remember them. If you're the type of person like me, I sometimes go out to bars and hear music and stuff, and obviously we can't do that anymore, and I can't go out and play music anymore, which is kind of a scary thing for me financially. But anyway, do what you can to, maybe a couple times a week, order some food from a restaurant nearby that's owned by a family, not some big chain restaurant, but one of the family restaurants, because they're really struggling right now. And as a matter of fact, just as an example, I live in Newark, Ohio, to do with all this. Okay, so thank you all so much for being here. Watch out for, keep a lookout for On the Scene in Quarantine. I'm going to try to do that maybe later this afternoon or this evening. We'll see what happens, because God knows I got nowhere else to go. Okay, so again, happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you, and especially to all of my O'Reilly cousins. I love you all, and I'm going to miss the fact that we can't see each other tonight at the annual St. Patrick's Day party, and we missed the parade and all that stuff. That's really sad. Traditions sometimes have to be put on hold for important things. So I hope to see you all soon. Love to you all, and take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stop touching your face. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take care of the earth. Check on your neighbors, especially your older neighbors, even if it's knocking on the door, stepping back, and wait until they come to the door and say, we just wanted to check in on you. Okay? God bless you all. See you soon. This is Dave Hawkins, davehawkins.com. Check out the webpage, and please sign up for the e-newsletter. We just started working that back into the mix. Okay? God bless you all. See you soon. This is Dave. Peace out.